warehousing strategies. There's several different strategies, but I want to focus in on this first section on really just two. Really, the fundamental distribution strategy, items are shipped from the supplier right to the store. Not all stores can handle that though. The issue is that if you have a giant box store, you can handle 3 to 5 different trucks pulling in with their 28,000 pounds. They pull right in. You got a shipping dock in the back. Boom, boom, boom. You have a small different storage space, but a lot of your goods, they go straight onto the sales floor and boom, you can just snap it like that. It just depends upon the volume, the physical size of the store, and how big the whole picture is, and how much you can handle the traffic of the semis as well as the retail people at the front of the store coming in as the goods pour out in the process. Except most stores can't really handle that. A lot of them have to use this intermediate inventory storage point. Normally, we call that a warehouse. Well, the warehouse has a really good function. You have multiple different trucks coming in, they unload, they put their load over here, you sort it out, you put it on different aisles. One truck pulls in, okay, you got this much going over here to Riverside, you have this much going over here to Los Angeles, you got this over here shipping all the way up to San Francisco, you got this one going to Boston, you have this. So that one truck is dispersed and goes to different locations, and then you have different trucks taking that load and hauling it to wherever that final destination is. That's pretty common. You may have a truck also that sits there and you have somebody coming in just for your store, and it's a semi, except for the fact it goes to the warehouse and picks up supplies from 7, 8, 9, 10, 12 different vendors from the same warehouse. You load them off the truck, boom, it shows up. You still got your giant semi-trailer sitting there, except for the fact it's going to fill multiple shelves inside your store and a little bit back in your supply room. So you have different things you have, and there are two different aspects of it. One of them is much more easy because you're shipping right from the supplier right to the end user, and all of a sudden, boom, you have that, and there's almost the cost is minimal per item. But the normal one with the warehousing, there's more cost in it because somebody's got to store it. You don't know how long it's been sitting there. There's a storage cost, storage fee, depends how they actually allocate the different costs to it. So you have those things, and then somebody's got to go pick it twice. You got to take it off the truck, load it over there, then you got to put it back on the truck. So it's twice the different aspects of handling costs right there in that just one warehouse, and you may have multiple warehouses by the time it's all going. It all depends on make to stock or make to order. Make to order is nice because it's very customized, but make to stock is pretty common. So it depends how that's going to be. How many warehouses are there? Where are you located at? Are you located by a warehouse rich area? And yes, you have that. You may have a whole row of warehouses in one area, and it's really convenient to sit down and pick and choose between, I need this, 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 this. One truck goes, picks up from 3 or 4 warehouses, then all of a sudden your store is full again. The inventory policy they have, how much inventory turnover ratio you have. If you have perishable goods, that changes the whole thing. If you have some goods that are actually toxic, you also have an issue there too. You got to make certain that everything's separated and the cost is higher. Internal warehouse, things that you own yourself, or an outside distributor. It depends what you want, what the cost is going to be. You're going to track it either way. Sometimes that outside distributor is cheaper than actually running your own warehouse because you may not fill your own warehouse. A lot of different things that are owned by a firm, a variety of firms. And direct shipping is always the best way of handling it if you can do it. So sometimes you may sit down and deliberately where you're stocked on your floor, have a regular semi come in, fill your stock up. It's a smart cost saving strategy, except retailers don't make any money with empty shelves. The key to retail is having those shelves stocked. No stock on the shelves, no sales. That's a problem. So lead times are reduced. It's always a good thing. If you really focus in like that, you're gonna really the risk pooling you may have all planned and everything else. Those benefits are negated, and then that manufacturer and distributor transportation costs really increase in the process. Retail stores require fully loaded trucks. It's mandated by powerful retailers. If you're dealing with Costco and Walmart, they don't want to have partial trucks. They want to have a full truck, and they want it when they want it. And they got to coordinate it with the other trucks leaving because they don't have 40 different trucks lined up at their local retail store. They have bays for 3 to maybe 6 at the most. You're going to have, and you got to coordinate that aspect of it. Lead time is a big thing because their goal is to haul it off the truck, grab it, haul it right onto the sales floor and stock right now because they want to have those things full all the time to make money. That's what it's about. The manufacturer may be reluctant to deal with that, but they may not have any choice. So it's prevalent in the industry, but you also have to worry about the perishable goods. No matter how big a grocery store is, the idea of having a truck full of different groceries that can sit down and perish within 3 to 5 days after receiving them, you better have a whole series of trucks coming on a regular basis, and most of it can't be the 28,000 pound trucks. It's got to be your smaller trucks that have good solid delivery. So you have a different strategy sometimes depending upon the inventory, the perishability. Yeah, a lot of times you have a good solid distribution center and warehouse, they hold the stock, and a lot of times you'll provide the downstream customers with the inventory as needed. That always is the best thing, especially for your smaller stores, and a lot of people handle it that way. There also is a thing called the cross-docking strategy. We'll get into that a little bit later, but for the most part, a truck pulls in and literally they unload their load into 2, 3, 4, 5, or even 6 different trucks, and boom, that truck leaves, another one pulls up. You keep on stocking that. Now that might work in a place like where I live. It's a matter of there's 6 Costco's that are drivable by car and certainly easily drivable by truck. So you might have 6 trucks all lined up, one for each one of the 6 Costco's. One trailer pulls in, boom, they unload it, they disperse it all there. The next one comes in, and that one unloads it also. And then when the 3rd or 4th truck is there, the 6 trucks are full now, and so the 6 trucks go to the different Costco's, and the Costco receives multiple different goods instead of a single delivery. And there's no overnight storage costs because of cross-docking. The secret is there's no inventory held at the transfer point. So cross-docking can work, but it takes a lot of coordination, a lot of thinking, and you got to make certain that whoever is receiving the goods, that they receive them immediately, and there's no storage at that point. It's useful for a large variety of different products. Inventory management and risk pooling, they're key factors in thinking about centralized versus decentralized or centralized versus local facilities. Okay, that's always a big deal. The strategies, direct shipped or sent to distributor. Direct ship is faster, but you have to have a warehouse at the store or something comparable to that. Traditional warehouse is multiple end users. That's more common, especially for your normal size retailers, your small to medium size. When you get into the big box stores, the huge retailers, you can actually use the direct ship and it's much more effective and you save a lot of money, which is why the prices can be cheaper, except for the fact that you better have the audience to buy it off the shelves when you drop it off. Otherwise, your warehousing strategy is negated. Warehousing strategies, the 2 different strategies, know them. Take care.